Hello YouTube and welcome to Melbourne. Here we are for the EWRL Formula 1 Australian Grand Prix, round 10 of 21 on the season.
What the fuck?
The track is open for business.
It's all dry.
A couple drivers making their debuts here in the EWRL F1 series. Motorsports and Controller Hog making debuts today. Controller Hog, though, is not a rookie to EWRL. He's actually won an EWRL race before. So, that was in the NASCAR season just less than a year ago, actually, a few months ago. It was out in Daytona, I believe, in the Xfinity cars. And we'll see if that can carry over here. Controller Hog on an outlap, Invader, Ben, Mark all on outlaps. Now, many things on an outlap as well. This track has a lot of different features. It's a somewhat technical racetrack. A lot of long, winding corners here. Controller Hog is the first car to pass through turn 12 and not have an issue. Dan also on an outlap. So here comes Controller Hog off of the final corner down to start finish straight. He'll start his first timed lap here in an EWRL F1 session. And how about Markle sporting a yellow livery or pink livery this week? There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Sporting the yellow livery. Trying to get yellow flag in sector 1 out. Marco catches right up to Controller Hog, and he's had his first incident of his F1.
I'm sorry, Controller. I'm not
Marco was coming up with a full head of steam and found Controller Hog's gearbox. Maybe he was even trying to fit his gearbox into his own car. I don't know.
I did not expect him. Yes, so I feel bad.
Ben has found the outside wall coming off of turn 10.
Oh, I'll be back.
Is Marco still going for a timed lap here? When it comes back into the pit lane. There's a caution in sector 3. It's Controller Hog. Must have spun around in turn 12. And Ben back to the pit lane, so nobody's getting a timed lap yet. Here comes Controller Hog to the pit lane. And looks like Invader will be the first driver to set a timed lap this session. 13.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. And Invader will go top of the charts, a 1:22.438. Many things on a timed lap. Sporting a nice 13 livery.
Well, my lap got destroyed.
There's a caution in sector 1. And many things coming back to the pit lane. Oh. Wow, I did not even realize that.
I'm coming back on the pit lane because I spun.
And there's a caution in sector 2 as Dan comes to the start-finish line. He goes second quickest, a 1:23.072. Now Motorsports on an out lap. And the number 69. Green and blue livery. Comes Motorsports to begin a timed lap. Motorsports has a very diverse league racing background. He comes here driving F1 cars. Let's see how he fares. Controller Hog on an out lap. A caution in Sector 3. Would be Invaders heading back to the pit lane. You can already tell Motorsports actually has a lot of off-throttle time. And that just comes from driving other race cars. I'll get used to the quick gas and braking inputs that these cars are much more inclined to do after running more. Many things, and Ben also finding their way to the racetrack on out laps. Invaders going for another timed lap, by the way. Here comes Motorsports into the final section of corners. Locks them up getting into turn 15. Onto the front straightaway we go. Motorsports is going to set the third quickest time, a 1:28.213, third of 3. Invader setting another time. Controller Hog on a timed lap now. Ben takes to another timed lap. Markle now on an out lap. Invader coming to the start-finish line, looking to improve, and he's out of fuel. No, he crosses our finish line with a 1:22.375. He was slowing down pretty early though. So Invader improves upon his time at the top of the charts. Has a 7/10 of a second lead over Dan. Comes Controller Hog into turn 11. Oh, a huge lock up into turn 13. Gonna do a little landscaping this Controller Hog. Here comes Ben on a timed lap into the final two corners. Ben, 14-time race winner in EWRL F1's 57 Grand Prix, goes top of the charts, a 1:21.823. Half a second quicker than Invader. Controller sets the fifth fastest time, a 1:33.525. Goes on another lap. Many things. Heading to turn 13 now. Caution sector 2 and 3. I believe that's Invader just running slow on the track. Here comes Many Things to the start finish line. Fourth quickest, a 1:24.112. Comes Markle, your point leader by 44 points. Into the second to last corner. On to the front straightaway we go. Markle's first timed lap of the session comes with 8 minutes remaining in qualifying, and it's top of the charts by 2/100ths of a second, a 1:21.807. And this is going to be close between Markle and Ben today. comes Controller Hog. Can he improve on his lap time? A 129.657.
You can't just go back to the fucking...
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
not
so.
how
Not
online
on
works,
this game.
sadly.
You used to be able to, right? Or no, you can never.
I don't think you could ever online,
Okay.
sadly.
Dan on and out lap. Many things will be heading back to the pits. Look at Dan. Sport a bright neon number 12 livery.
I'm really slow. I'm about out of gas.
Okay, caution in sector 2. That'll be for Controller Hog crawling. Out of fuel on the circuit. And Ben on an out lap now. Invader also finding his way to the racetrack. 6 minutes remaining in qualifying. Here comes Dan. Here we go. Dan gets on with it. Through the final corner. He's going to start a timed lap. Let's ride on board with two-time champion Dan. And he's going to have a big moment through turn 1. He's going to abort the lap right there. So we will not ride on board with Dan for a lap. Not that lap, at least. Let's ride on board with 14-time race winner Ben for a timed lap here. Can he get to the top of the charts? Here we go. 5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Ben got through turn 12 nice and smooth. A near perfect lap. Here we go into turn 13. Through turn 16 and to the start finish line. Here comes Ben. Came to a stop towards the start finish line. And Invader goes top of the charts. A 121.516. So hold the phone. Markle and Ben may not run away with this one. Three minutes remaining in qualifying. Markle's still in the pit lane. Now he's on an out lap. A lot of cautions in a lot of sectors. Popping around the whole racetrack. Comes many things, trying to improve from 5th place.
Fuck it.
And around goes Controller Hog. Many things into the grass. Right on board with Markle, trying to reclaim the pole. 1.5 minutes remaining in qualifying.
Yeah, I'm not improving.
Into the final minute. Markle through turn 11. Gets through turn 12. Invader, Ben, and Dan on outlaps.
Yes, I am. Even though I think I just bombed. Never mind. I just spun. Brig.
Here comes Markle. To the start-finish line. He improves, but not to the pole. He goes to second. A 1:21.659.
Well, it didn't go into the grass.
Invader trying to protect his pole time. Ben on an outlap. Dan on an outlap. Will they make it to the start-finish line? Because we can't see the time. Is this?
Not if they're just leaving the pit.
20.
Dan does make it to the start-finish line.
I thought you said just leaving the pit.
Ben will. Invader trying to. Invader will not make it to the start-finish line. So try as he might, but the Park brothers out on the track. Markle still on a flyer. I thought he was. Looks like he aborted it towards turn 13. And around goes Ben! So Ben will not get the pull. Here comes Dan. Dan does not improve on his time, a 1:24.408. And so Invader will start on... Invader will start on the pole. Beside him will be Markle. This is going to be weird, but in row 2 we'll have Ben. And starting alongside of him we'll have brother Dan. Row 3 will be Many Things in Motorsports, and Controller Hog will start from row 4.
Man, Invader, I don't think you saw my lap, but I went onto the grass.
So here we go, these
That was
drivers
so annoying.
finishing up qualifying. We'll get these guys.
Oh no, I'm talking about the lap that I got my fast lap. I hit the grass. I'm so annoyed.
You found turn 12.
I kept getting purple sector 1, so...
No, that's not the weird thing. It's saying that you're from row 2. Oh, he did have. Oh, he did have the pull at Hockenheim. Foursquare did win that race. So Invader looking for a little redemption. Trying to be the 4th different winner this season here in the 10th Grand Prix of the season. So these drivers making their finishing touches before we embark on a formation lap.
Oh, this is formation lap?
Yep.
Alright. I'm sure glad somebody told me.
Well, you can't get damage in the formation lap, I don't believe. Yeah, you just get reset. Alright.
Okay.
Oh! And there goes Ben and Marco back to the start-finish line.
Oh, man. What the fuck?
And here we go. Let's go through our starting lineup.
As long as we don't have what happened at Singapore and lap 1, I'm on.
What happened in Singapore?
Dan hit me going into the hairpin.
Oh.
It's fun. Yeah, but I just wanted to see if I could have been closer.
But here we go to the starting lineup. Invader will start on the pole position.
Yes.
Invader will start on the pole position. Marco P2, Ben P3, Dan P4. Many things start in 5th. Motorsports starts 6th. Controller Hog in 7th. So here we go. These drivers, 5 of the 7, will be coming around the final corner and re-gridding into their grid boxes for a 29 lapper here at Melbourne. The land down under here for the Australian Grand Prix. We had Albert Park.
Oh, does it park itself?
Yes.
Okay.
The fuck was that? Alright, so here we go. It's time to bring the action. We've got 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. And the rookies both have drive-through penalties.
Oh.
Side by side goes Invader and Marco through turn 1, and Motorsports and Controller Hog both get drive-through penalties. I think one of them jumped and the other reacted, and there goes Marco through the field. Dan the 2nd, Ben the 3rd, Marco falling back to 4th.
I tried to leave the...
And around goes Marco! He'll collect many things! And across the track, Marco spins in a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision, and he hits!
Wait, Ben, you
He
went
hits
around?
Ben! Ben goes around and he has a 5-second time penalty! The 2 championship leaders in melee here on lap 1, and Invader and Dan and Controller Hog in the 3rd, but he's got to serve a drive-through penalty. Motorsports in the 4th. And many things in 5th. Once the 2 in front of him serve their drive-through, he'll go to 3rd. The championship leader.
I have to box.
Oh, many things
took
that get damage as well.
And I have a penalty as well.
And many things that get a penalty. Oh my goodness.
I didn't even do anything. He just collected me and then I took the penalty.
What a crazy start to the start of this Australian Grand Prix. Here comes Controller Hog. Here comes Motorsports. Here comes many things.
No.
The whole field's coming to pit lane. Here comes Markle.
I didn't mean to, man. I'm sorry. It's just, I turn around and start going, and here comes Ben spinning out the track. I was like, oh, rip.
Everybody,
I can't if you said it.
Here come Controller Hog and Motorsports go through. Marco's getting a wing replaced. Many things. So save your video clip, and if there's somebody within 5 seconds, we'll review it and we'll adjust the results if we have to. Which, by the way, yeah, Motorsports.
I don't know what happened in turn 1 though.
That is
I
one
thought
thing.
I was clear from whoever or the.
If y'all have got like.
On turn, which one? Turn 1 or 2? 3. 3. Oh yeah, turn 3.
Controller Hog and Motorsports. So y'all know, and many things also. If there's like a penalty that happens to you in these races, and like you're completely in the wrong, like the game like glitched, or you shouldn't have gotten it at all, save your video clip, send it to me, and I'll adjust the results if I have to.
Yeah, we all served it.
All the served.
Well, I'll just like add 5 seconds. I don't know. If I have to. I mean, hopefully, like the results just won't even be affected by it. Hopefully, y'all are 5 seconds apart. Motorsports goes around through turn 12, holds on to 4th. Controller Hog.
Oh, okay.
No.
Many things in Markle going toe to toe.
That was close too.
Many things making a second start. Markle into the grass now. I believe Markle has made every F1 race, so this would be his 58th start in F1.
No. Oh, phew. Really? Oh my lord.
And many things goes into the grass. Motorsports comes to the pit lane. So how about Controller Hog and a 5-second speeding penalty for speeding into the pit lane for Controller Hog, or for Motorsports. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Basically.
Now caution in sector 3.
Vader closes on the 2 points leaders.
And this
race as I was saying, by the way, for the entire start of this race, Invader's been leading. He's got a 10-second lead over Dan, and a 37.5-second lead over Controller Hog, who's 3rd. And how about this? Controller Hog in his rookie debut on the podium for the moment. Dan goes into the pit lane.
It just spun. That's why he's so far ahead.
Dan spun, so that was the caution. And he'll be getting his front wing repaired. I think there's been a total of like 7 front wings replaced here in the first 3 laps.
F1 going broke today.
The whole sport's going broke.
After Baku in this race.
Wings at Baku, I don't know what you're talking about.
So Invader leading this race, and he's gonna love the sound of this by 38 seconds. And 4 laps on this 4th lap. Marco sets the fastest lap of 126.520 on soft tires. What a wild start to this race.
Surprised no one DNF'd.
Yeah, I can't believe nobody DNF'd. There was no safety cars, no VSC.
I'm impressed I didn't. I hit with the left front tire. That was the only thing that hit the wall.
I think I hit both walls then and 2 cars. Oh man.
I hit perfectly with the left front tire.
Up to 4th, looking to close in on Controller Hog for the podium.
But
many things right now in 5th. He's going to try to fend off Ben. Into the wall goes many things. The caution in sector 1, that's Motorsports going around.
Dang, now it's supposed to be Invaders.
Controller Hog goes, Ben goes around many things, and Marco now working on Controller Hog, who'll have DRS here on the front stretch. Caution in sector 2. Looking to the left side goes Markle. The resilience of Markle showing here. Crashing on lap 1, already back onto the podium on lap 5.
There's only one car that hasn't pitted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the help of the entire grid pitting. Besides the race leader.
I think everybody from second back has changed a wing.
I haven't had to change any parts.
Controller hog has not.
No, oh my lord.
I had a wing and a stop and go.
I had a wing.
Motorsports did come to pit road a second time though, so he's now a lap down. And he's coming to pit road again. Trying to slow the pit road speed, he does get there. So Invader out here does not have to worry at all. He can run this race smoothly. He's got a 37-second lead over Dan. Marco now onto the same straightaway as Dan. Marco trying to chase him down. Ben trying to catch Controller Hog. So first and second in points take out or take each other out with many things involved, you know, on lap 1. And here they are
That happened
in the
literally
top
right
5. On lap 6, many things into the pit lane.
I haven't seen anybody since like the 3rd lap, so.
Hard cars have like no grip at all.
A caution in sector 2. That's Motorsports! You running any assist, Motorsports? You can flip those on mid-race.
I'd rather learn to drive it without them. No assist, no line.
Well, at least are you using ABS? I think everybody's using ABS.
I'm on whatever or expert is. I think it's all off.
I'm using 0 assists at all.
I think he just said he wanted me to box this lap. No, I just have yellow tires. Everything else is green.
Motorsports back into the pit lane. Markle closes the gap between himself and Ben down to 7 seconds. Between himself and Dan.
I'm not Ben.
God damn it.
What will they do if I don't box this lap?
They'll tell you to box next lap.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
nothing will happen. You're in control of your car.
I mean, they don't fire me or nothing, right? Like, get the fuck out of the car.
That would be funny.
If you,
They
if you
probably
don't
would in real life, yeah.
Boss is still stupid.
if controller, if you don't box this time, the box will leave you.
Oh, shit.
The box is leaving.
Your mechanics should leave the track.
I'm going
Yeah,
one more fucking
they're
lap.
leaving.
He's already past the pit lane.
Car goes in autopilot and you can't control it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
He just drives into his box, and then the box just has for hire on it.
For hire. So working lap 9 of 29, Invader holds a 36-second lead. Markle trying to work that 7-second lead down between himself and Dan. Has not made many indents thus far from that gap. Ben, 13 seconds back. And Controller Hog, the last car on the lead lap.
I've been lapped?
Yes, you've been lapped.
I don't know this new box.
Anything? I've been lapped?
I didn't see anyone. I didn't get any blue flags or anything, so.
And Ben with the fastest lap, a 126.364. That's the point to Ben's favor. Markle had it. I'm sure Invader had it from the opening laps. The gap now between Invader and Dan, 35 seconds. Controller Hog into the pit lane. Here we go, a lap down. Controller Hog will. Ben, 12 seconds back of Marco now, so gains a second. Many things into the 5th position. Marco now closes the gap down to 5 seconds. Dan's now got the lead narrowed down to 34.5 seconds. That's good. That is how racing's done. With long green flag runs, you get into a rhythm. Another caution in Sector 3. That's many things going around in Turn 12.
When Ben is trying to tell you something special, but he's just describing racing.
I mean, I'll say it's harder to get into a rhythm in F1, but getting into a rhythm, yeah, it's not new. 33 seconds, the gap between Invader and Dan. Ben has closed the gap down to Markle to 10 seconds, and Markle's closed the gap down to Dan to 5 seconds. Many things in Controller Hog on the same straightaway now can battle for position. A 126.306, the fastest lap set by Ben on the medium compound. And so before the race, it was said that the race was going to be towards the back of the field. And here we go with the closest battle between Controller Hog and Many Things, 1 lap down for the 5th position. So pit stops in the future for those who haven't boxed, which is race leader Invader. All that as well, but
I boxed twice
in the
already.
near future, here comes Invader to the pit lane. And he is down and away. So Invader out of the pit lane and clear of Dan by 10 seconds. We had the gap between race leader and Dan now 9.5 seconds. Markle now closes his gap down to 4 seconds between himself and Dan. Ben has closed his gap down between himself and Markle to 9 seconds. Everybody gaining just a little bit on everybody. Many things in Controller Hog. On the lead lap now, Motorsports goes around once again.
I haven't heard my favorite phrase yet, and Dan goes around.
Race leader Invader right on the gearbox of Controller Hog. And there he goes. Controller Hog lets him through with the blue flags. Markle into the pit lane. Pitting mediums, possibly going to the end.
How do you tell them what type of tire you want?
Hit up on the D-pad.
Press circle.
Or circle, yeah. Or square, whichever you have. Get your little menu up, and then I'm sure you can scroll down. Yes, you do have to do it while driving.
Do you have to say it, or?
No, you press it on your circle button, it's the second tab. And then once you're hovering over the tab, use your D-pad to go through the little options.
Telling me I don't hear anything. It's telling me that I don't hear anything. It's what it says when I... No, I'm hitting square. It says box this lap, full race update.
Oh yeah, you can say that.
Pit medium tires. I don't think it didn't respond like, hey, we understand you. Yes. That's that. Okay. Let me get... It didn't bring that up for
I like
me.
how every now and then we just see
I'll have to
Emerson
figure it out.
watching motorsports just explore Australia. Motorsports trying to find himself a kangaroo in the middle of
Tire
nowhere.
status.
That'll just tell you what your tires are at.
I'm trying to get it to work.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I do appreciate Motorsports sticking through it all. It's been a hard race for him, but you know, he's here to learn, he's here trying, and I do appreciate that. He has such a diverse league racing background, I'm sure he will get it in no time.
Crap.
And there was many things also exploring Australia.
Yeah, and the Gutierrez. There goes my gap. I was hoping to take a pit stop, but...
Markle at the fastest lap, a 1:25.573, has leapfrogged Dan. Comes Ben up to Controller Hog. The gap between race leader Invader and Ben, 19 seconds. So after wrecking on lap 1, the 3 drivers who started first, second, and third are now on the podium. 15 laps in.
No.
Did you figure it out, controller?
I quit messing with it because it was one of those guys caught me. I didn't want to wreck us both.
Ben into the pit lane. And many things as well. So now Dan onto the podium. Let's see how Marco negotiates catching up to controller this time around. Shade to the very first time in qualifying. A caution in sector 3. Be Motorsports. Hope the track owner pays him for landscaping. Here comes race leader Invader on to the finish straight with a 28.5 second lead over Markle.
Oh!
And going straight off the track is Controller Hog.
Damn it. I hit the share button instead of the fucking L2. That was ridiculous.
Oh,
Oh, those two buttons aren't even close to each other.
I was just like, how in the hell did you get that?
It happened. My car will not fucking turn.
Did you take the wing damage?
What the hell? No, nothing is green or nothing. I mean, everything's green. But my car will not turn. Man, that's bullshit.
What setup are you on? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
I've done it again! Dude, I hit that fucking button again. It's the top. On my steering wheel. It's my steering wheel.
Oh.
It's both on my left arm.
Okay, okay. I forgot.
We were all talking about the controllers and he's on a... Whoops.
I looked down at my controller, I'm like, how? So, a 5-second time penalty for Controller Hog for speeding into the pit lane. And a 3-second time penalty for many things, for multiple warnings. They just never listen, do they? Motorsports. I don't know where he got this many front wings from.
Our tires.
I think the sport as a whole is going broke this week. A 125.359 for Ben on the medium tires.
Ah! No. That's a turn 1 collision. And I
made really not any fucking mistakes up until that point.
Caution sector 1. That's many things exploring.
That lapped car coming out to U1 totally ruins the rhythm. It's a brum.
So Invader, 25.5 seconds the gap now. 11 laps remaining here for the Australian Grand Prix. Now, the battle that should start to spark in the next few laps will be this battle for second between Markle, Dan, and Ben. Together they're separated by 9 seconds. There's another caution in Sector 3. Looks like we are all clear there. Dan being caught by brother Ben. That gap now 3 seconds. Into the pit lane with many things. Vader now holds a 23.5-second lead. And Markle is actually catching him at a pretty good rate. Now I'm sure Invader's probably been in lean or has been saving for most of this race, but Markle is catching at a great rate. I mean, this could be something towards the end. Here, 10 laps remaining. Markle 22 seconds back. 22.5 seconds back.
We're only really getting like a second lap, so I don't think it's happening.
You're getting like 3 seconds. Wait.
I lagged?
Oh
yeah, I did. It was 25. Truth it is. As long as they don't hit the wrong curve, it'll all be okay.
21 seconds the gap now between the leaders. Dan and Ben. There goes Ben for third. Dan doesn't put up much of a fight. So Invader definitely has been listening and has picked it up a little bit. Now 20 seconds. The gap with 9 laps to go. Ben is 7 seconds back of Markle. And now opened a gap up to his brother by 2 seconds. I'm sorry, by a second, not 2 seconds. Many things 2 laps off the pace. And still not that far out in front of Controller Hog. Motorsports 3 laps down. These guys have had a hard day. All 3 of these guys are either their first or second EWRL F1 start. So props for them to not DNF, sticking around here. Really trying to get a hang of this. The gap, 19 seconds. Markle in hot pursuit of race leader Invader. Will he have the time? We come to 8 laps remaining. Remember, Markle's only got to get down to within 1 second. Then he's greatly helped with DRS. Invader running his own race, 1 lap older tires than Markle, 4 lap older tires than Ben.
Here comes
Oh shit.
A caution in sector 3. There goes Dan. And around does go Dan. For the first
got what he wanted.
time in a while.
Second time already. Same corner.
And around
too.
goes John.
Yeah, the shit corner on this track.
Yeah.
Is it this one up here?
Same one Markle did?
You mean that controller just did?
Controller found his
I almost saved it.
I almost hit him. Or it took me by surprise. I didn't almost hit him. It just always should.
So, Dan Pitts does not fit a set of soft tires to go for the fastest lap. Very shocked at that. Considering Dan has nothing to lose, has a 2-lap gap over the next guy. Ben does find a way around Controller Hog. And a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits by Motorsports. He was exploring a little too much. And the race director said, not today. And a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Did Motorsports finally find his kangaroo?
You missed it. They went around.
Damn! That's kind of depressing.
Oh, you were gone?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, he didn't say anything.
Remember he said he's going to get pizza.
Yeah.
Actually, I was taking my plate downstairs. Yeah, I took my plate downstairs. I just finished my pizza.
So Invader holds a 16.5-second lead, coming to 5 laps to go. Ben has found turn 12 to be very fitting, and he will not catch Markle.
Holy fuck,
I know you
dominated yourself. That wasn't just a spin, damn.
He's lucky, probably
But
not.
now Ben might
Let's see
just do it. He might pit and go for the fastest lap. Let me see. That is right. But Ben may go defend his fastest lap.
He may try and go faster than the fastest. Off the lap.
Well, yeah, to defend his fastest lap. I shocked that Dan.
You hear that, Marco? It's time to pit. Outgun him.
Never let your guard down is what Markle's saying.
The nigga spun around, wrecked, pitting, fixing his broken wing. If he manages to catch you again, that's on you. While you're going for fastest lap.
3.
I'll go for fastest lap. I'm gonna wreck one of those 2 turns.
That is true. Markle does have a point lead.
Vader, you can't pit right now because Marco's 15 seconds. He would pass you when you pit.
I think Invader's just trying to get the big one. I don't think he's even worried about it. Oh shit, I wouldn't be shocked if he just took off his headset a while ago. Motorsports has retired from the session.
Oh, I guess he found his kangaroo.
We'll see if you're at the 90% mark to get points.
And
next week is Bahrain, and that is, like I said, quite an easier track. The game will say it's harder, but it's easier than this track.
The only track easier is Monza.
Or Austria.
13.5 seconds. The lead Invader has over Markle.
China's fun, but man, tell you where that's.
Oh no. It's only easy because it has a lot of long straightaways, but the corners that it does have are kind of difficult.
Yeah.
3 laps to go for Invader, and he has a 12 3/4 of a second lead over Markle. Ben going for an improvement on his fastest lap. Dan, for the moment, not trying to take it.
Yeah, Ben may kill him.
That's not what you were saying the last time. Ben does improve the lap to a 124.467 on the soft compounds here.
These tires are ass.
And now the gap has leveled at 12.8 seconds. Invader coming around to 2 laps to go. We've been saying all season, when is he gonna get it? When is he gonna get it? 2 laps to go. He's gotta just navigate these corners 2 more times. 12 seconds, the gap he has over Markle. 48 seconds over Ben. 1 minute over Dan. Two laps over 5th and 6th.
Remember the last time we were going to get a first-time winner in Pro at Russia and then he wrecked on the final lap?
He did end up winning later that season, but...
He won the very next week at
yeah.
Spain.
Coming through turn 16. One lap to go here. Al Melbourne. Albert Park is 1.5 minutes away from seeing a first-time winner in the EWRL F1 season series.
And then Madden starts right up after this. I'll probably try streaming all my games, but
I'll put it in the chat for Cody. I'll put weeks about to be advanced.
Watch. A minute after that, he's already on the game then.
And here he goes through the final 2 corners. He's been waiting all season for me to save this, but coming off of turn 16, he will get his first career EWRL win, and it comes here at Melbourne. Invader will win the Australian Grand Prix. Here comes Markle to finish second after a wild start to this Grand Prix. And into the wall goes Ben with many things. And a wild last lap. Good thing Ben got back going. He almost lost a podium spot to his brother Dan. Up the inside. Also, Controller did get the 5th position on many things if he can make it to the final 2 corners. So to the start finish line, Ben comes home 3rd. Dan 4th. Controller 5th. With a 5-second time penalty for an unserved penalty. And many things 6th. But he will still finish 6th, I think, even with the penalty. And wild. That last lap.
Sad.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
So, what a podium. Invader, Markle, and Ben just got here in the nick of time.
In the qualifying order.
In the order they started. Wow.
Yep.
And you know, if many things...
You didn't hit me.
Okay, Controller Hog didn't do so well. Everybody would have finished where they started. And somehow, Motorsports only got 10 seconds worth of time penalties.
Only.
Wrapped.
I mean, that my thing was lighting up with time penalty, time penalty, time penalty.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this replay.
What a wild race!
Oh man.
Yeah, I hate turn 15.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to call Ben home to 3rd, and he almost didn't get called home. Alright, so Ben, the 3rd place finish. How'd you even get the 3rd place finish there at the end? Accurate, very accurate. I would agree. What happened
you have
on
Dale's
lap?
car from season 1.
What happened on lap 1?
Everything.
You did get the fastest lap. A small victory for you, or for just finishing behind Markle's a bad day? Glass half full kind of guy. Alright. Congratulations on the podium. We're joined by 2nd place finisher Markle. Could you have caught him?
More laps maybe, and better tires.
Better tires? Well, he had 1 lap older tires than you, so. But he probably wasn't using them as much as you did.
Oh, I was nursing it.
He should have been nursing it. Oh man. He would have. Would have been a fun battle, but I don't think I would have been.
It's a whole lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. This race. But you ended up getting 2nd. What happened on lap 1, Markle?
Somebody hit me on the inside on the third turn, and I got loose hitting the other curb.
There's many things. He drove it in a little hard.
Well, congratulations on your second place finish. And how about it? Race winner Invader, how does that sound?
I like it.
You
not
like
the way
it,
I
huh?
wanted to get it done. Yeah, not the way I wanted to get it done. I wanted to race Markle and Ben a little bit, but I'll take it.
Not the way you wanted to get it done, but you know what? You led every single moment of this race.
Yeah, I got a bad start, and I thought Markle was going to get me in the first turn, but luckily I got a good
we're
exit.
side by side through one, but you even led at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was going to get me on the exit, but luckily I was able to put the power down a little bit and took off, and then I got ahead of everyone when the calamity started in turn 3 and 4. So, yeah, that's probably just luck, because the last time I was on pole, I got collected in the first turn incident, and that, it didn't end well for me, but yeah, I'll take it, but hopefully the next time I'm up front again, we can battle a little bit.
Congratulations on the win. And I mean, has anyone led from the lights out to the finish line?
I'm not sure.
This season, I don't think anyone's led from lights out to the finish line.
I don't think it's ever happened.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. I'm sure
you.
you'd love to hear about the 4th different winner this season in 10 Grand Prix. Invader able to get it done and join his teammate with 1 win apiece this season and his first career win in the league.
Yeah, go Baby Sharks.
Go Baby Sharks.
All right, well that was
the Nationals.
That was wild. I don't know if I could have asked for a better F1 race tonight. Absolutely wild. Who didn't wreck the race winner? Me. But
yep. I was only nursing it. I was 2 seconds a lap off the pace from everybody else.
But he got it done. We'll see y'all next week in Bahrain. This one's been fun.